So what we want to do is we want to separate some of the rocks and sticks and other things. But we got some nice bits. We got a nice piece of clay here. You see why I did up with the yeah. This is just about to get dirty. This is about to get real dirty. Huh? When you're doing it indoors, outside it doesn't really matter. But indoors, we got to be careful. You don't want to ground this into your carpet or nothing like that. I'm going to set this aside because I could crumble this all day. But this is what we have. Right, sweetie? And what we're going to do is we're going to try to smash up some of this in here and work it in there. And all this is going to do is get moist back. You can go ahead and play. If you're going to get dirty, go ahead and play. Soak up some of this stuff. Yep. This is why we put the newspaper down. Yep. Okay. It smells like clay. It smells good, like good clay. I was worried about it having oil in it or something. It's really thick. And this is, no, it smells like earth. Good job. Breaking it apart and making it smaller. Really, yeah, we need to make it good clay to fire it into something that we can make into something useful. We need to make sure that there's no sticks and stones and things.
And a big rock.
There's a big rock in yours? Get rid of that. I think I found a rock in mine too. Yep, that was a rock. And there's probably going to be even more rocks. And that's kind of what we have to do. We have to get rid of the rocks and the impurities. Lots of impurities in this one here. Yep. That's part of what we're trying to pick up. So then we can go back and revisit, water it down a little bit. Yeah, lots of impurities in it. So that's why if you don't pour it right, it'll just, yeah, there's lots of impurities in this. So some of these might fire, not so much. There's a big rock in here. Put that over there. Lots of little bitty rocks. Well, that's the kind of the fun. Can't keep a light on in this house, right? This thing just went out. Whatever. Or our lighting just went dim. Oh well. Take this. Yeah, process the rest of that, and then we should be done. And then we'll start having a big block. Then yeah, I'm still filling some chips in this thing that we have to process away and get rid of. But for the most part, we got a big old chunk of clay. We're ready to be shaped. It's awesome. Awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. Everything is awesome. I like that song. that it?
Yep.
Alright, scrape your hands over here so we can pick up the residuals. Yeah, scrape them good. Scrape your hands. Let's get all that goodness, all that dry clay goodness. And then we can roll the clay in it, and then all it's going to do is pick it up. Alright? Go and roll this back. I want to get some of that. We gotta get some of that. Excellent. You good? No, you're good. Go wash your hands. Figure it out. Ugh. So this is our block of clay that we created. Got some impurities in it, but it's a block of clay that we can still continue to work in a quick pinch. It's not ready to fire yet. It's just a straight block of clay. And so to make it into a block of clay, I can shape it into one, right? Alright. There you go. So we have a kind of a block of clay. This still needs to be processed. I mean, we're still gonna have to run through this again. This is for the most part what you have, and you can shape it as much as you want. And what I'll do is I'll just put this in a plastic bag, and the moisture will keep it moist. As long as I wrap it pretty tight, it stays that way for a while, for a long while actually. And then I can always pick off of it or work it again. So that was this is kind of a nice block of clay, and really that's kind of what you want to kind of do is set aside and pick out the impurities. And this one's going to have to be, we got a lot of impurities in here, but we're gonna work them out. This is part of the learning process, is all.